Greetings everyone here, I've got a surprise for you. Surprises are best left to the last minute, as some people might say in the world of comedy. I can't say where that has come from because you've got to work it out yourself. Like you've got to work out this coming up right now. Yeah, who has had a, double haircut? Well, there's no such thing as a double haircut, except my hair has gone all over the place. Well, it ended up in the bin. But, of course, whatever goes in the bin, nobody needs to know. But anyway, let's talk about my fight with the lawnmower. Just for 1 second here, the fight with the lawnmower is that it happened on this head here. And it looks like a shaved grass. Did I say the right word? Shaved grass. Meaning, of course, it looked like my back garden. But yeah, never mind all the jokes that hopefully goldenly never ends. My name is Nick C here, and I am actually recording from winter here on Thursday the 23rd of November 2023. Well, I have had a fight with the lawnmower, but of course the lawnmower wasn't with me until I get it out in spring and summer. So, yeah, never mind about the lawnmower jokes here. It's time now to go straight to the stunt double, which is, of course, me doing the commentary and, of course, me doing the presenting, like I'm doing to you guys and girls now. Let's go to matters of hand and let's watch and listen to the commentary, because I think it's very, very important. So, let's go to it now and watch and learn. Got to find it here, and that's not the right one. Hello there, and welcome to another edition of Touring with Us. Hello everyone, wherever you are watching. Today we are going to go and do something really, really amazing for this video here. I'm doing the commentary here, so yeah, it's going to be one of those kind of commentaries here that I'm not going to do live ever again. Not via, of course, I'm live on OBS Studio. The reason for that simply is because, you know, I seem to be talking over the music and I can't even get away to hear my voice over the top of the music. So I'm going to have to do it in an editorial way today. But welcome along to the channel, and let's go with something really, really amazing in this video. And by the way, my name is Nick C here, doing the commentary here. I have a stunt double by the same name of Nick C, and I'm actually recording from Wednesday the 22nd of November 2023. It's time to go straight to this video here. I'm sure you're all raring to go and getting ready for something really fantastic and amazing. Nick C has it all. Watch. And yes, when I mention Nick C, that's the stunt double. But you know what I mean, really. As always, hit the thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already to Touring with Us. Hi everyone, my name's Nick C and welcome to Touring with Us here. I'm off to not King's Cross, but a place in Hertfordshire. Come with me to find out. Come on in. Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Touring with Us yet again. And of course, yeah, you can see it is Touring with Us exclusive here, and see it, say it, sorted on the screen there. How wonderful is those words there that of course are quite familiar. And of course the safety notice, or safety notices, coming across the screen there. So we're heading to, of course, a place called Hatfield in Hertfordshire, and hopefully this video will bring back some great memories if you've ever been to the place before. Oh, we're on a silent video here. Basically, of course, you can hear me talking now. And, of course, on the left-hand side is just some Cambridge offices for businesses, I presume. And, of course, they have been there for quite some time, although they do look very new, actually. But we are heading out of Cambridge and on our way to King's Lynn. So this is pretty much amazing. I really find this fascinating ride, and of course we have some experience to tell you about at the end of the programme. So if you watch on, you'll find out how I got on. But yeah, that's what you're seeing right now, and that's what you will see on most of our videos when we go out of Cambridge. You can see there's a football pitch there to the left-hand side, as most trains will be heading towards either Liverpool Street Station or King's Cross on different kind of train companies. And we are now in, of course, the Sunset area of Baldock, and we do go to some of the stops here.
This is Letchworth. This train
we
is
have
the
sort
service
of,
to
I would
London
say,
King's Cross, calling at
along the
Hitchin,
way,
Stevenage,
like
Knebworth,
Royston, for example.
Welwyn
But
North,
of course,
Welwyn
we've only
Garden
got
City, Hatfield,
brief amount.
Potters Bar, Alexandra Palace, Finsbury Park, and London King's Cross. The next station is Hitchin.
The next one is Hitchin, which is where we've arrived. That was quick, wasn't it? But you can see the board displays London King's Cross. But we don't head as far as that. We are going to a place called Hatfield, and it's a place where I've actually been before. So if you've never been to Hatfield, do check it out. You'll find out a little bit later on. I'm not going to give too much away about the actual whole day experience, but yeah, it is an experience of a lifetime. I've got to say this right now, and I've got to warn you guys out there. But on this note, it is definitely worth coming along, especially more so in the spring and summer. So we are now heading towards Stevenage, which of course we're heading up to the actual train station now.
We are now approaching Stevenage. Please ensure that you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
So you can see the roundabouts kind of, and the tall buildings there. And there is a way that you can actually go into the actual town itself of Stevenage using the bus routes from the bus station, where you'll see a direction where I point you now when we go into the train station here, because we haven't quite arrived yet, and we have just about now. And it's just above where the walkway is to go up towards the bridge. You can see the big massive walkway there. That's the no, I am right.
This train is the service to London King's Cross, calling at
train station
Welwyn
bridge
North,
is where
Welwyn
the bus
Garden
station
City,
is.
Hatfield, Potters Bar,
course,
Alexandra Palace, Finsbury Park, and London King's
Theatre
Cross.
that you were showing there, some kind of theatre. I thought we was in Welwyn Garden City for a second. We are now heading to Welwyn Garden City now. But there's other stops like Letchworth Garden City, which is quite a nice little place actually to visit. We'll probably cater for that one at some point. So do request a place where you'd like us to end up, because we would like a public choice as well. You can see it's very industrial sort of area. And I filmed this on the left hand side of the trains itself. There was only one train, but of course that's where I filmed it, on the left hand side of the train heading towards King's Cross.
This is Welwyn Garden City. The next station is Hatfield.
So Welwyn Garden City, we've now arrived, and of course there is something about this station where I ended up starting at Hatfield, which I forgot to mention that, but you'll find out what I'm talking about later on. There are security, you just about saw the scrape of it. Security is of course at this station, which means of course you can't get by the barriers without a ticket. So yeah, an inklings of what I'm going to be talking about later on after this video is pretty much about the late train, but of course I won't say too much now because it will give the game away.
Welcome aboard this service to London King's Cross. The next station is Hatfield. Please keep your bags and personal belongings with you at all times. If you see something that doesn't look right, report it to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
So this is the view looking like a webcam, which is quite a nice little view here. It looks like a webcam view of the train there, and some fields, which is not that exciting, but of course, yeah, the camera did blur out a little bit, but of course, yeah, on a good day, it looks fantastic.
We are now approaching Hatfield.
So as you can pretty much roughly see, we are heading now into Hatfield train station, where I talk further details about the area and a bit of the bus station of Hatfield. And there's a couple of coffee shops to mention, and boy, the actual trains passing are very noisy. Just arrived at Hatfield. I've got my hat on here in Hertfordshire, and yes, in Hatfield we are. Just got off the train here, and so far I'm confused because I don't know which way is the exit. I believe it's down that way. I don't think it's that way, so yeah, the actual train goes on to London, to King's Cross that way. You can see on that board here, very much an old-fashioned board, but of course, yeah, at least it tells you when the train is going to come in and what time it is. And there's the sunset over there in the distance of Hatfield. They've even got a photo booth here, so we might have to go over to that side to get to Cambridge that way. So you could walk the stairs to get to that side, but there are lifts here. Currently they are in operation as of this video today, which is Friday the 17th of November 2023. Well, as always, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Tutorial with Us if you haven't already. I found the exit now, which is that way, which you've got to go literally through the security, but yeah, I've got to get a bus to the Galleria, which is next to the, or near the Wetherspoons, the Hatfield Hall, which I've been to before. Always sounds like there's a train coming. I was going to say bus for a second, but a train coming. But there is a coffee shop here, which I haven't actually tried out before, but maybe I will if it's open later. If it's closed later, then I won't be able to, but maybe next time. So yeah, come along with me, and of course we'll treat you to some spoons as well in the area. And this one is a train. Look how fast that is. That is fast and very noisy at the same time. Come on in, let's go. So that's the coffee Rosso, as I was talking about there. There's even a coffee shop opening soon as well. Never heard of that one before. Curbside coffee opening soon. but when? We don't know. Let me know in the comments. This is the way out of here, past the security gate. Security is just around there. You get through the barriers, just around the corner there. Okay. You've got your taxis there if you need them. Looks like more stuff is everything over here. Oh, this one is closed actually. So you got this shop closed here and this one opening here. How confusing is that? But there you go. Be good for a coffee shop here. Somewhere to stay in the morning. As I've never filmed this part of Hatfield before, this is the area of the train station, and it's the Great Northern Pub that you're seeing here. You've got the church literally looking like a castle behind it. And you've got signs to the taxi rank as well. The bus station is just round the corner. Let's go. So that's where the taxi rank will be. Buses will stay here. I've got to pick one up somewhere along the lines. Hopefully I'll be able to capture one of these. I'll have to ask if they go to the Galleria though. So I'm just outside the Hatfield Hall in Hatfield. Let's go inside. That's Christmas stuff there. Upstairs to the toilet. Look at that area. Of course, you get your knife and fork here. You can see how polished it is. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. I don't know. There's a bit of muck on that. I don't know if I made that muck myself. But yeah, you get your napkin with it as well. And it's table number 39. Okay, let's enjoy. So I've got my gravy here, which is chicken gravy. I actually remembered it this time. Look at it, it's empty, look. I can't help but actually do this. You didn't see that, did you? But yeah, of course, I actually have a bit of taste in my mouth, basically. Just to go like that. So this is what it's like, the actual chicken strip burger in Hatfield Hall in Hatfield. Can anyone do a chip count here? Oh goodness me, I've lost count here, so I'm not going to bother today. It's come around about 25 minutes actually, slightly delayed here. Hatfield Hall in Hatfield. I am limited time today, so of course I'll have to be very brief, but yeah, I'm always brief when I come to Hatfield because, you know, I was brief last time, but this time I'm able to do it with my Samsung A12. Last time I went along that route down there on Facebook Live. Maybe I'll do that next time. I stopped off at the Galleria, which was quite nice. So yeah, all good. Remember, as always, we are the show, which is the golden show that never ends. See you next time. Yes, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and of course, yeah, very warm atmosphere. Very much warm, as in heating on quite warm. Although I've got my hat on here, I don't really need it here inside, but I do need it outside. I didn't know there was a subway outside. There was also something else outside there, and Travelodge is opposite this Hatfield Hall. I said it right, I can't believe it. Although I've drunk a few shandies at this, but I'm feeling okay. Slight pain in the head, but I'm okay. I think I will survive. But yeah, generally speaking, great meal. Really enjoyed it, and hope to visit here again in the future. It cost me about £14.35 from Cambridge to Hatfield for a return in a discount rate. But yeah, that's the cost of the fare from Cambridge to Hatfield in a return, £14.35. Okay, I'm going to have to leave it, guys and girls, for that. And of course, as I already said, I'm going to say it second and last time. Peace out for now. So Travelodge is over there, literally 2-minute walk, not even that, from the Hatfield Hall, which is literally just over here. We've got, of course, Subway, Turkish Kitchen. We got Aldi's just over there. You can just about see it just behind the trees there. It's over there, and that's the Travelodge. If you wanted to stay the night here, if you'd like us to request the Travelodge here in Hatfield, do drop us a message down below. I have just forgot to mention this, Jimmy's Brunch Cafe, which is open from 7 o'clock till 4 p.m. in the afternoon, next to the Turkish Kitchen restaurant. So it's actually called Jimmy's Turkish Restaurant, and you're looking at the menu right now. Yeah, you're looking at the menu right now. Jimmy's Brunch Cafe, actually it's called, not just Jimmy's kind of cafe, as I just said. Nice little menu there. And if you want the full menu, I can happily do that by giving you the menu. If you want to email us the menu here. And of course, I was just about saying peace out for now, but of course, yes, that's what I was saying at the time here. If you want to see, of course, the full video itself, I'll probably put this free of charge on the We Love East Anglia page. I know it's not quite in East Anglia, but of course it's on the outskirts, so yeah, it just about fits for We Love East Anglia. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the bonus extended video clips. And don't forget, if you liked this video and you want more of this in the future, don't hesitate to get in touch with us by emailing your feedback, constructive way, on this email, touringwithousteam@gmail.com. That's touringwithousteam@gmail.com. This is Welling Garden City train station, which we saw a little bit later on. Well, not later on, it was earlier on actually. Sorry, I'm just completely miles away. It is quite late here. 1:07 a.m. in the morning, by the way, that I'm doing this, so I don't mind admitting that. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, of course, if you do want more of this, hit that thumbs up as well. That would help us enormously build our reputation on our channel of touring with us. Don't forget we are affiliated with We Love East Anglia UK, and also We Love Haver UK and Luminous Platform, which is Luminous Platform, okay? Luminous Platform Media, which is the group that we've got on Facebook. So touring with us is also on Twitter, and of course all of those that I mentioned are pretty much on the YouTube channels and on Facebook. So yeah, enough said. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Hello everybody, and just before we go on to the final part of the video, which is actually totally irrelevant of the Hatfield video that you have seen in Hertfordshire, I'll be talking about that just briefly before we move on. And please do stay with the one you're on for the last part of the video. Sorry it is a lengthy video on this particular video, but I thought I'd try a lot of things that, you know, could work better than other times, because I've had to go over the OBS Studio video editing over and over again to get it as perfect as possible. So yeah, a lot of editing has been taking place here, so if you do want to support the channel in any way, which would be very much appreciated. But yeah, talking about the Hatfield video, of course, yeah, before I even go further and talk about that, you may notice my hair, which has disappeared off the rails. Yeah, we're talking about train rails. But yes, it was a great travel talking about that, and we were travelling to Hatfield, and of course the main bottom line of all of this was the delayed train, which apparently was somebody falling in front of a train being knocked over, which was the unfortunate thing and the unfortunate reason for being late from King's Cross, as of course it displayed that it was going through different stations before it got to where I had to go, Welling Garden City. I thought I'd get on that train to keep warm and wait about 15 or so minutes, because it was due out at about 7:56 train, but it ended up being 14 minutes past 8. Eventually it got to Cambridge on that particular day. There was lots of coffee shops that I could have gone into, but you know, as you're in a rush, that you might want to just get through the security and get on the bus and go to the part that you're going to in Hatfield. In this case, I was going to the Hatfield Hall in Hatfield. Unfortunately, we didn't show you or have time to show you a bit of the subway, but I did end up going into the subway, which you might have saw the inklings on as I was showing you the kind of Turkish restaurant there, which was next to the Wetherspoons. But yeah, like I say, in the area we did also showcase a little bit of the Audis. There was also a Travelodge, which was completely opposite, which was about 2-second walks. Well, I wouldn't say walks, but of course it was 2-second walk of, I would say, the distance between the Wetherspoons and Travelodge. So yeah, it is quite a way to go, and you can easily get lost in Hatfield. That's the worst place, I have to say it, that I experienced getting lost there, because you know, sometimes buses can be really, really late, and people moan about buses, whereas Stagecoach, the Haverhill 13 to Cambridge, can't be that bad after all. People do moan about it, but it could be worse in other places. I'm not saying Hatfield's a bad place. It wasn't a bad place. I'm not saying that at all. But, you know, it could be improved in terms of sort of transport. But, of course, saying that, eventually I got to my destination. So I was pleased about that. And I told someone, you know, someone very, very kind, a kind gentleman, that of course was also wanting to get on a bus to find a certain location. And of course, yeah, I told him about touring with us. He may well see one of our videos on our channel, which you can comment on at any time on a constructive sort of note, which we also appreciate. So yeah, when I did get the bus back to the train station, it took about 19 minutes to get back, because we had to go to a different sort of area. I can't remember what the name of it was now, but of course it was some sort of outskirts of Hatfield. But yeah, eventually ended up at the train station there. I was bursting for the loo at the time. I really was. It was one of those scenarios. But that does happen everywhere. But yeah, so it's one of the worst places that I've actually travelled round. But of course, you know, if you're not used to the area, it can be like that. It's not to say that I was saying that it's a bad place or not. In some parts of it was quite interesting to go and see. It was a nice detour around. I would say that as an overall effect. But going to the Galleria, which is where I had to get off to get to the Weatherspoons, that kind of thing. But we weren't all about the Weatherspoons, by the way. But yeah, going around that sort of estate by the science park or whatever site you call it these days, it was a great detour around the area, which was quite fascinating. Right, okay, enough of me dribbling on. I'm now going to go straight to a little bit of interesting sort of words from the UCB, which is United Christian Broadcasters, which is volunteer run radio station and a magazine. I explain a little bit about this on the commentary. Listen and watch the pictures on the screen. Hello and welcome to this section of the video, which of course we thought we'd leave you with. It comes from the word for today, United Christian Broadcasters, in other words, UCB. And basically it is a volunteer run radio station and a magazine. So, on this section here, number 22, Sunday the 22nd of October 2023, it doesn't matter what sort of time and date that you actually read these, as long as they are a good read. Whether you're religious or not, or you believe in the God or not, it doesn't really matter. So whatever background you have, hopefully the voice that I'm going to give you is going to be really, really expressive, warm, sort of confident, and really, really catchy as well, and just really, really pure. So as the music goes with you, listen to this very carefully. God has a plan for you, which is the name of this paragraph, or paragraphs that I'm going to read. I know the plans I have for you. Read this scripture. I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. In those days when you pray, I will listen. I will end your captivity and restore your fortunes. The Israelites went through a long period of suffering because of their sins. 70 years of captivity. But God said, I still have a plan for you. Have you sinned and gone through a season of correction, and now you're wondering if God has turned his back on you? God may correct you, but he will never reject you. 2 chapters later, God says to the same group of people, I have loved you, my people, with an everlasting love. With unfailing love, I have drawn you to myself. I will rebuild you. Note the word rebuild. Your life may stay falling apart, but God can rebuild it. The Bible's theme is restoration. King David committed adultery and murder, but when he repented, God fully restored him. And the Bible says, after David has gone the will of God in his own generation, he died and he was buried with his ancestors. How would you like to have those words on your gravestone? You can. The prodigal son's older brother was angry with their father because he forgave and restored his younger brother. But his father restored him anyway. You cannot undo the fact of your past sins, but God can heal you from the effects of them. Just come to him today. Take that first step. So you've been listening to the UCB Word for Today, United Christian Broadcasters. So many thanks to everyone that has listened to that as best as I could here to really give that spark of energy. Hopefully I did by doing that voice and doing it punchy, relaxing and confident as I could. Hopefully there was no mistakes in what I was talking about, and hopefully you understood exactly what the paragraphs were saying. Thank you for listening. We've got one more to play you, and then that will be it, my all-weather friend. So the next section actually comes from number 31, Thursday, the 31st of August 2023. It doesn't matter what date. Of course, I remind you yet again that we read these statements here, but it still comes from the same magazine of UCB, United Christian Broadcasters, as I repeat again, which is a volunteer-run radio station and a magazine. So let's start with God's Amazing Love for You, which is the title of this particular number of number 31. May you have the power to understand how wide, how long, and how high and how deep his love is. So we start with this. Paul writes, I pray that from his glorious unlimited resources he will empower you with inner strength through his Spirit. Then Christ will make his home in your hearts as you trust in him. Your roots will grow down to God's love and keep you strong. And may you have the power to understand how wide, how long, and how high, and how deep his love is. May you experience the love of Christ, though it is too great to understand fully. Then you will be made complete. In spite of our best intentions, we still sin. As a result, we feel bad about ourselves. And Satan uses our feelings of guilt and condemnation to make us doubt God's love for us. But if God loved you enough to send his son to die on your behalf while you were a full-blown sinner, you can be sure he won't change his mind about you when you're his redeemed but struggling child. Feeling bad about sin is actually proof that you truly are God's child. When you were born again, you became a regenerate spirit in a unregenerate body. So when you permit sin to enter your life, your regenerate spirit rises up and says, get that out of here. It's incompatible with who I am. It's not God that doesn't love you when you sin, but that sin is an unwelcome guest that makes you feel bad about yourself and robs you of confidence towards God. So if you have sinned, repent, receive God's forgiveness, and move towards stronger and wiser.